compared to the women over at The View. Even the flat earthers may have a few IQ points on them.
We've got a solar eclipse. We've got the earthquake.
So y'all, what's up? Welcome back. Yeah, so as usual, the ladies on The View played themselves. They played themselves about a couple things, actually. I feel like everybody's really more talking about the solar eclipse thing, but I actually have another clip that I'm like, just find different ways to talk. And so Mark Dice is, of course, giving them the business about it, and I think it's hilarious.
Ran down the
The earthquake that happened in New Jersey last Friday.
hallway.
The rapture is here.
The rapture's here. And then also I learned that the cicadas are coming.
Cicadas. They're called cicadas.
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 Although I love
for the first time in like
No,
100 years.
No.
Two different. Well, this is what I read. Two different times.
Two different kinds of cicadas.
Yes, two different times are coming.
The good cicadas and the bad
But
cicadas.
for the first time
God, their voices are so annoying.
in many, many years.
No, every 17 years this happens.
Well, that's not what I read, but maybe,
Wait for it.
maybe
Well,
you know better. But
in a
will
way.
say all those things together would maybe lead one to believe that, either climate change exists
That's more
or
the
something
point.
is really
Or the
going
Earth is
on.
returning. Earthquakes are not at the mercy.
I mean, my God, she tried to, and you want to know what's so funny is that she tried to have that moment where oh, guys, watch me connect this to climate change. I'm so cool. I'm still talking about climate change. But even the girls on The View were like, all right, man, that's enough.
Of climate change. It's underground.
It happens,
How about
and
the one-
the eclipse, they've known about the eclipse coming because eclipses happen.
Climate change is now causing earthquakes and solar eclipses. But Sonny Hostin isn't the only one who is this mentally incapacitated. A Senate candidate in New Jersey posted this on Friday. And I saw this screenshot going around and I thought, maybe it's a parody, just making fun of some crazy lunatic liberal. And so I went directly to her Twitter feed. Being your trusted media analyst, I always have to verify the sources of things before I report on them. And this is real. I experienced my first earthquake in New Jersey. We never get
so yeah,
this
is just hilarious that people are really trying to blame this on climate change. Come on, y'all. Let's just calm down. Oh my God. Okay, so let's just really quickly talk about climate change for a second and just say that the climate changes. That's number one. Number two, if we want to worry about taking care of the earth, of course, keep it clean, definitely keep it clean, keep your property clean. What about turning soil? Nobody talks to farmers. Turning soil is a very, very good way to conserve the earth and just do right by the earth, plant something, clean up. Okay. But my gosh, the solar eclipse and climate change. And she probably thought she was going to get an award for that.
Different kinds of cicadas.
Yes, two different times are coming.
The good cicadas and the bad
But
cicadas.
for the first time in many, many years.
No, every 17 years this happens.
Well, that's not what I read, but maybe, maybe you know better. But
in a
will
way.
say all those things together would maybe lead one to believe that, either climate change exists
That's more
or
the
something
point.
is really
The Earth
going
is
on.
returning. Earthquakes are not at the mercy of climate change. It's underground. It can't.
It happens.
Okay, now look, let me break down for you this show. It's so incredible what The View represents. Okay, Whoopi Goldberg is a moron. Sonny Hostin is a moron. It's a whole bunch of morons who have no idea what they're talking about, informing millions of people every day.
That's right.
Let's start with what Sonny said, which is moronic.
And that is what this show has become, but the people hate watch it so much where as much as they are, because obviously that's what I'm doing right now, right? But it does, what it does to society is that you have some people who will say oh, well, what's the big deal? Let the ladies speak. Or it just becomes a staple for some fake feminism that is so annoying to watch and listen to. I just don't even know what to say.
Have cicadas. Okay, it's cicadas, but that's fine. That's fine. I don't mind when someone mispronounces a word. It means they learned it from reading, and I can respect that. So she was actually seeking out new information. And Sonny's actually not completely wrong on the rarity of this cicada a moment. Whoopi thinking she's much smarter and Sonny is wrong. Then no, it's 17 years. Okay. The cicadas are not because of climate change. The solar eclipse, heavens, is not because of climate change.
Right. I mean, and then to think like, at least, right? Like somebody would be like, I just feel like it's a sign of God. I would even give you that, right? Because, I get that people don't always want to have to go there like, oh, religious, but it's a lot better than climate change at this point. But speaking of religion, and we are not going to have the abortion debate here, okay? But the most I will say about abortion is that a lot of ladies are gaslighting when it comes to abortions. And that's a fact, all right? That's a fact.
No one is obligated to have an abortion. So you never have to have one. And I hope no one ever has to have one.
You notice how they didn't clap for that. People didn't clap for that. They don't listen to that part of it. So now what's this lady name? Whoopi is talking about is the whole thing where Trump came out and decided to make some big statement about abortion. But to me, I think is an absolute waste of time, because once it was removed federally, I don't know why presidents feel the need to, presidential candidates feel the need to talk about it. Roe versus Wade is not a federal thing anymore. It's supposed to be fought in the states. How this country really is supposed to work, where most of the things are supposed to be fought in the states. We don't need big government. That's about as much of a statement I needed him to make on that, but I guess it turned into something else.
But if you find yourself in a position where you have to, I want to make sure, and I'm way past having kids. I want to make sure, yes, way past.
I'm not happy that she old, y'all. Don't let her don't let her get you all like, oh yeah, girl, way past. Oh, by the way, guys, if you like the videos I've been making, please don't forget to hit the like button. Don't forget to subscribe. Thank you.
I want to make sure that if you decide this is what you need to do, I'm going to get behind you, because I don't know your life. And if you say this is what you need, that's what I'm going to do. 50 weeks, 75,000 weeks, whatever, how many weeks, it's nobody's business.
But no. Okay. So, all right, fine. So, okay, let me let her finish with her rant.
It's you, your doctor, and God. That's who you have to be conversational to. And it's not mentioned in the Big Ten. I'm just going to say.
No.
In the Big Ten, it is not mentioned.
The command Big Ten. I don't like when people talk like that. What is the Big Ten? But it's just say what the Big Ten is. You sound ridiculous.
Yeah. Because I figured God was pretty clear. Here's the stuff that'll make your life better on earth. Here's the thing. Don't lie, because you don't want people lying to you. Don't mess with somebody's wife, because you're going to be mad if they're messing with yours.
Okay, so abortion is in the Bible, guys. All right, so like killing kids is in the Bible. Okay, so I'm not gonna sit here and listen to the Whoopi Goldberg doctrine, ministry of feminism. I can do whatever I want. Okay, the fact is, you know what? We're not gonna necessarily get into the abortion debate. I'm not here for that. But what I will tell you is a bunch of reality. That's what I promise to always do, is to come here with integrity and reality. And the fact is, again, that we don't talk about these things like abortion in reality. And so when Whoopi says you can be 50 weeks, 75,000 weeks, that's a baby. That is a baby. So at the point where you carried it that far along, I mean, adoption is still an option, right? So the late term thing, I don't know why she felt like bringing that in. That's still a baby. Also, though, for the person who says, yeah, but that's still my body, cool. That can mess you up. It can mess you up, right? It can do a lot of bad things. And they don't really discuss the side effects. Everybody just says, yay, girls, power to the girls. Do what you want. It's your body, my rights. But do you know the consequences that come with that? Have you really thought about it? Okay. So that's all. That's as much as I'm going to say. And when I say women are gaslighting, there are a lot of females that I know that have numbers in the double digits. And so after a while, it's like, okay, like this is not, what is it? Rare, safe, and private anymore. Like this is becoming something that's almost, what is the word I'm looking for? It's becoming something that is planned. It's part of the plan. Yeah, that's the reality. But, I don't want to make this all about that, but so we'll just go into that. And the fact is, again, it should be left to the states. It's been left to the states. I don't know why this keeps coming up in presidential debates. If I was running for president, I'd be like, there's nothing for me to say about it. It's been taken out of the federal level, right? So Therefore, the states have to decide that. That's it. That's it, and that's all. You know. Well, how do you feel personally about it? Personally, me, it's a baby. I wouldn't do it, but that's between that person and God. Yes. Okay. And this is a thing that's been out here for so long. I can't put it back in the box necessarily. But this is also not how the country works. You can't have a federal ban. Right? We took it out federally. And I'll end with this. This is why we need to switch out in a grassroots level. You can't have one person save the day. It doesn't work like that. Grassroots, maybe we should be telling females and young men that they're worth it and they don't need to lay down with everybody, and you're worth it to take some time and think about what you're doing. Maybe if we change the conversation like that culturally, maybe this wouldn't be such a big issue, right?